And keep it going for the next comic. Come to the stage, Omar Gonzalez.
So, men can get yeast infections. I wish I didn't know that. But I do. I did not mention that to the last woman that I dated. I met her on a speed dating event. For those of you who don't know, speed dating is where the women remain seated, the men rotate from one table to the next every 5 minutes. And you don't have to buy a single one of them a drink. So, except for the lack of physical contact, it's not a bad deal. But I recently turned 49-ish. And on the website for the speed dating, the recommended age range was 30 to 45. So I thought about it, and I decided I appreciate the recommendation, but I'm going in a different direction. Because people typically think I look a lot younger than I am, so I knew I could pass. And sure enough, I showed up. They didn't check IDs. Sat down with a lovely young woman, smart and pretty. Then I noticed she looks like she could be in high school. Yeah, and then I said, maybe I should ask her age. And I said, no, because then she might ask my age, so don't ask, don't tell. So the speed date goes great. The first real date goes great. The second real date is going great until the very end when she finally decides to ask, oh, by the way, I keep forgetting. How old are you? So it's a literal moment of truth. I don't even say a word. I just pull out my wallet, show her my ID, and hope for the best. She John says, wow. We can still be friends on Facebook. I was like, yeah, I could always use another Facebook friend. Never been married. And 9 years ago, I flew down to Puerto Rico at the invitation of my cousin Juanito for the wedding of his daughter. And Juanito felt the need to repeatedly point out to me that I had now gotten to the point at which the younger generation of my extended family was getting married before me. I was like, yeah, thanks, honey. You keep track of that pretty well. The following year, I don't know if you remember Hurricane Maria, all the devastation that's when it hit Puerto Rico. I was following it as best I could from up here. I began to put on a lot of weight. My therapist and I, we figured out it was because I was using food to feel superior to Juanito, who was now slowly starving. Criticize my Spanglish now, Juanito. Because I got running agua in my apartment. I don't like some candelas before the sun goes down. Be careful with the matches. Don't want to burn down what little remains of your casa. And speaking of casas, mi casa no es su casa. So don't even think about moving up here, primo. Most people are surprised to find out that I'm Puerto Rican because I look kind of South Asian or Middle Eastern, plus Omar is an Arabic name. My mother gave it to me because she had a huge crush on the actor Omar Sharif. So when I went to Israel with her church a few years ago, the customs agent looked at my passport and she asked, how did you get your name? So I told her about Omar Sharif, and I said, you just waved my mother through. Do you want me to call her back so she can tell you? She said, no, that won't be necessary. Just go have a seat in that room over there. Someone will be with you shortly. I'm going to hold on to your passport. I'm not making this part up. So I went to the detainees waiting room, and there's only one other guy in there. He's not dressed like a customs agent, so I figured he was from my flight. So I ask him, so what are you in for? He tells me, my name is Omar. I asked, oh, well, did your mother crush on Omar Sharif too? But before he could answer, he gets called away. And then half an hour later, I get called away. I sit down with a new customs agent. He asks me about my name. I tell him the Omar Sharif story. Then he asks me, what was your father's name? I tell him, Jose Gonzalez, just a generic Puerto Rican name, nothing Arabic about it. Then he tells me, what was your father's name? And I tell him, my father never knew his father. His name isn't even on my father's birth certificate. My father's aunts refused to answer any of my questions about him. And my last name actually comes from my father's mother. He says, okay, go have a seat in that room over there. I'm going to hold on to your passport. Men can get yeast infections while doing time in Israeli prisons. I wish I didn't know that, but I do. Thank you very much.
Keep it going for Omar Gonzalez, would you? Let him hear it.